everyone, we are here to read a couple more chapters from our book, Pirates Past Noon, and we are on Chapter 6. Chapter 6, The Whale's Eye. The rowboat tossed from side to side. The waves were huge. Salty spray stung Jack's eyes. He felt seasick. "Hold her steady," shouted Captain Bones. He pointed at the sea, "or we'll be meat for those evil brutes." Dark fins cut through the water. Sharks! One zoomed right by the boat. Jack could have reached out and touched it. He shuddered. Soon, the rowboat pulled alongside the ship. The air was filled with wild fiddle music and bagpipes playing, and Jack heard jeers, shouts, and ugly laughter. "Hoist 'em aboard," Captain Bones shouted to his men. Annie and Jack were hauled onto the deck, and the ship creaked and moaned. It rolled from side to side. Ropes flapped and snapped in the wild wind. Everywhere they looked, Jack and Annie saw pirates. Some were dancing, some were drinking. Many were fighting with swords or with their fists. "Lock 'em in my cabin," Captain Bones ordered. A couple of pirates grabbed Jack and Annie. They threw them in the ship's cabin and then locked the door. The air inside the cabin was damp and sour smelling. A shaft of gray light came through the small round window. "Oh man," said Jack, "we've got to figure out how to get back to the island so we can get into the treehouse and go home," said Annie. "Right." Jack suddenly felt tired. How would they ever get out of this mess? "We'd better examine the book," he said. He reached into his pack and pulled out the pirate book. He flipped through the pages. He looked for information to help them. "Look," he said. He found a picture of pirates burying a treasure chest. This might help. Together they read the words under the picture. Captain Kidd was a famous pirate. It is said that he buried a treasure chest on a deserted island. The chest was filled with gold and jewels. "Captain Kidd," said Jack. "So that's the kid that Bones keeps talking about," said Annie. "Right," said Jack. Annie looked out at the round window. "And Captain Kidd's treasure is buried somewhere on the island," she said. Jack took out his notebook and pencil and he wrote, "Captain Kidd's treasure on island." "Jack," Annie said. "Shh, wait a minute," he said. "I'm thinking." "Guess what I see," said Annie. "What?" Jack asked. He looked back at the book. "A whale." "Neat," he said. Then he looked up. "A whale, did you say? A whale?" "A whale, a huge whale, as big as a football field." Jack jumped up and looked out the window with her. "Where?" Jack asked. All he could see was the island and stormy waves and a shark fin. "There," said Annie. "Where? Where?" "There. The island is shaped like a giant whale." "Oh, man," whispered Jack. Now he could see it. "See the whale's back?" Said Annie. "Yep. The slope of the island looked like the back of a whale." "See its spout?" said Annie. "Yep. The palm tree that held the tree house looked like a spout of the whale." "See his eye?" said Annie. "Yep. A big black rock looked like the eye of the whale." "The gold doth lie beneath the whale's eye," whispered Jack. "Wow." Chapter 7, Gales A-Blowin'. "So the treasure must be under that rock," said Annie. "Right," said Jack. "Now we just have to get back to the island. We'll show Captain Bones where the treasure is. Then, while all the pirates are digging, we'll sneak up to the treehouse and make a wish to go home," said Annie. "Right." Jack poked his head out of the round window of the cabin. "Captain Bones, sir," he shouted. The pirates took up the cry, "Captain Bones! Captain Bones!" "Hey!" came a horrible voice. Captain Bones stuck his ugly face through the window. His good eye glared at Jack. "What do you want, lubbers?" "We're ready to tell the truth, sir," said Jack. "Go ahead," growled Captain Bones. "We know where Captain Kidd's treasure is. Where? We can't just tell you. We have to show you, said Annie. Captain Bones gave Annie and Jack a long, hard look. You'll need a rope, said Jack. And shovels, said Annie. Captain Bones growled, and then he roared at his men. Get some ropes and shovels. Aye, aye, Captain. Then throw these lubbers in the boat. We're going back to the island. Aye, aye, Captain. Back in the rowboat, Jack saw the sky had grown even darker with clouds. The waves were bigger. The wind was howling. Gale's a-blowin', said Pinky. You'll see a gale if I don't get me gold today by thunder. Captain Bones shouted, Row, dogs, row. The three pirates battled the waves until the rowboat reached the island. They all piled onto the shore. Captain Bones grabbed Jack and Annie. Okay, lubbers, he said. Now, show us where the treasure is. There, said Annie, and she pointed at the black rock near the tip of the island. Under that rock, said Jack. Captain Bones dragged Jack and Annie down the beach to the black rock. Get to work, Captain Bones said to Pinky and Stinky. What about you? Said Annie. Me? What? Captain Bones chuckled. Jack gulped. How could they get away from him? Don't you think you should help your friends? He said. Captain Bones gave Jack a horrible grin. Nay, I'm going to hold you two till there's treasure in me hands. And that is the end of chapter 7. Thanks for listening.